Michael Narcissus Nest. So I talk about a lot of different things here. One of my main subjects that I like to talk about is like the problems that I had in my life and things I wish I could correct. So one thing that I always had a problem with is letting people slide on things. And it's a really bad habit. It's a slippery slope. So that's why I talk about some of the stuff I talk about here and aggression and making sure you handle your business. But if I had to pick between brains and bronze, it wouldn't be a close discussion. Intelligence, I'm taking any day of the week. I've, without ever having any mechanical training, I got my degree in HVAC and I had a minor in business. Within 5 years of hitting the field in HVAC, I'm making six figures. What I did on a daily basis once I started running work is I had so the company I worked for would have about 30 different job sites going at one time. They had Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. I ran myself northern Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire. That was mine. When jobs came up into New Hampshire, they didn't even bother driving up from, they're out of Taunton. They didn't even bother coming up and checking my stuff coming towards the end of it. I did all the engineering work myself. So usually they'd have engineers come up and they spec it and they scope out stuff. But he went up there one time and he had a bunch of trouble, so I said, I'll friggin' handle it. And so I did all the engineering, and I'd send my engineering work to an engineer, and he'd stamp my work and he'd bring it to the town. I was running, so for one example, I made about 28% off a $6.6 million job. The job was getting smashed. A year into it, I took it over. It was getting smashed. I brought it back to the 28%. I saved about 4,000 man hours. The amount of money on materials and everything was crazy. The next job that I ran was in Keene, New Hampshire, right? And that was about a $2.5 million job. I went over all the stock items and everything that you buy and everything that you do and everything that you install, and I slashed about $200,000 worth of stuff on it. At the same time, I'm running about 10 guys on a daily basis all day. And then on top of that, I personally serviced and started up, and I brazed every AC line in the 110 apartments. There must have been 1,000 brazes, pressure tested everything. And then I start up every furnace and AC unit and made sure I pressure tested all the ductwork personally while running a whole crew of guys and then doing everything else. With the engineering, I'm doing placements for rooftop unit drops. And they're big, huge placements that have to get put in a certain place and then cut out steel and concrete all the way around to make everything all perfect and line up all the way through floors. Square footage and CFMs. Pretty much all the electrical and HVAC engineering I took care of for my company. So I'd stay into HVAC. I just turned down a $120,000 a year job with bonuses, $150,000 a year. I just turned it down because it's not what I love to do. I love to help people, and there's a cap on the money you can make in HVAC. My IQ is really high, and I have a dream of what I want to do and the financial security that I want and I demand in my life. So that's why I'm going through all of this. At one point, once I get my new company started and I get the right investors, the company is going to be $1 billion company. I have so many different ideas and so many different directions that I want to go into. It's crazy. Like, there's a real estate problem around where I live. People don't even realize how the problem can be fixed. See, I watched an Elon Musk interview one time, and he talked about how he looks at circumstances and he's like, and he can fix them, and it's so easy. But people, they don't see it, but he just sees it instantly. That's how I am. Like, I don't know if it's what people don't have the balls or they don't see what I see. To me, it's common sense. It's not some big brainstorm. It's friggin', I just look at it in 1 second. I see what the problem is. There's so many different things in life. That's how I look at it. So I'm going to get my hands into all different things, and I'm going to be helping people at the same time. I'm doing great. I It's Saturday. I don't have any problems. No one's bitching. My life's been perfect. I went on a nice run, did some pull-ups, had a nice breakfast. I'm going to go play with my tarot cards. So I hope everyone has a good day. Bye.